This is an introduction video to modding the Computer Repair Simulator engine. When you have the game and you purchase the license, you'll see that you now have a mods button. If you click on the mods button, you're going to be notified by changing the game that you could potentially open yourself to a bunch of risks. Once you accept and go to the next screen, you'll see we're now at the mod panel. The mod panel has 4 options on the left. You can add game hardware, you can change different models, sound effects, and music in the world editor. You can change or you can add more game graphics, or you can convert a level from your level editor over to your game so you can play it. We're going to cover each one of these. So let's start off with add hardware. So within the game today, all of the hardware has been added using this mod. If I want to add something new, I come in here, I click on, say, a computer case, I give it some of the specifications related to this item, I give it a manufacturer name, there's a part number that's designated automatically, but you can customize this. You can customize the website, so in particular, if you're adding a certain manufacturer's tool or component, you can click the edit link, change it to their website or their product page, and then when it's added in the game, you'll be able to click on it and it will open up the product page. You can also set the price and the level of the item before you can purchase it. Price is self-explanatory. The level, for example, in the shop, if the player doesn't acquire certain skill points to understand level 5 computer cases, let's say it's more advanced for some odd reason, maybe it's a custom, or maybe a server class custom, it's going to require a little bit more work. So obviously a level 1 player shouldn't be working with this item. So you can set what level is required for that item to be purchased. The next thing you can do is you can upload or import a custom image which shows within the game in the inventory in the shop. Then you can load the model from a file. So obviously anything in the Computer Repair Simulator engine, once loaded, can also be dropped from a player inventory into the lab. Well, we need a 3D file to replicate that. So if we do this, we need to actually have a model file to import, an image, you set the properties. Once all of these are selected, then there's going to be a button down here that shows up that says add, and when you click on it, give it 30 to 40 seconds, it writes it to the database, it will confirm that it's all said and done, and then you can go and add more stuff. So if we look at, say, something else, let's go and look at software. You'll see the software page shows different options. What kind of software is it? Is it firmware, management, monitoring, anti-malware, antivirus, graphics, video, gaming, or other? So again, you have the same properties on the right for the manufacturer, the software name, the website, the price, the level. You can load the file, you can load the image for it, and then the left side kind of shows the customized settings. So as we go through these different categories, everything is the same on the right, and the left side is changing some of the properties depending on the item. For the power supplies, you'll see you can change your wattage, you can change your connector style, you can change your type, you can, the list goes on. Let's take a look at maybe components. Components are kind of a little straightforward. We have more physical dimensions, but again, the same specifics over on the right. They all have the same thing in common, where you need a model file, the image, and then specific item properties. So this covers adding hardware to the video game Computer Repair Simulator. And again, as you change these options, you just click on the next. It's a little wizard that walks you through, and as soon as it says it's done, you can play the game and your item is added instantly, and you can use that to interact within the game engine. Let's go on to World Editor. In the World Editor, which is discussed in another training video, you're going to be able to customize your lab, build a level. This could be anything from an outdoor scene to a white box to a red box to an office environment to the top of a skyscraper to probably the moon. You can add different models to customize your gameplay. Now with this being said, Computer Repair Simulator comes by default with a bunch of different options already, but if you want to really customize your level, you can go and you can add different models. For example, if you had a tree you wanted to use that's not in the game, click on Add Trees and Plant. You can give it a name, select if it's passable or not. Certain items are passable. Let's just say a little flower. A little flower is not going to stop a human being. So in that case, the passable would be set to yes. Then you can set the initial size. By default, we're going to keep it at 1, and that's like your 1-to-1 ratio. Then you load the model file, and then you press the next, you follow the wizard, and when you go to use the world editor again, you'll now have that object to use. And it's also added to the game if you were to convert that. Also with the world editor, you can add your own sound effects, give it a name, load the file, go through the wizard. You can also add your own music, give it a name, load the file, follow the wizard. For example, I don't know if, let me just load something from the desktop. So you'll see as soon as we select something valid, you'll have the save preview, and then you can click on that and it will add it to the game. But if I close it right now, it will not add it to the game. Let's go ahead and close this. And that covers the world editor. Now let's go to the loading screens. So you'll notice when you start a level that you'll have a pop-up that shows on the screen. Usually it's this one in the random mode. But you as the user can go and customize up to 50 different images. I'm sorry, 25, not 50 yet. So you can go and create a custom image and import it and save it. Once it's saved, you can then use this custom image within the game. So if you want to have your own branding, you can put your branding and maybe just some information on there, and then whoever plays that will actually see it. This covers the loading screens. Let's go to convert level. So in the level editor or the lab editor, you can make pretty much any type of world, lab, room, wherever you want to work on a computer, you can pretty much make. Seeing the option of importing your own models and using the built-in models and all of the resources, you can pretty much make endless possibilities there. You have endless possibilities. So let's say you made a level in the level editor and you now want to convert it so you can play it. Well, let's do that now. So let's go to our player profile. We're going to select player 1, and when we do that, you'll see that currently there are 10 slots, and there's a few things that that player was working on. So let's go and take level editor map 3, which is the skyscraper, and let's make it our current game level 10. And if we want to show what the game level files are now, click on show game levels, and you'll see, you know what, everything's empty beyond 5 or beyond 4. So let's move it to slot 5. So I'm actually going to take this and make it slot 5. Now you'll see here that if I press convert, it's going to copy the files over, and if I go to show game levels again, I see map number 5 is my skyscraper. Now let's go and check it out. So I'm going to close the mod editor, and I'm going to go play, click on my profile, and if I select the level skyscraper, I can now do my computer repair or my PC building in my level I just created.